everyone. This is your accounts master teacher MLA Sheetal Chaudhary, and I welcome you all to our channel Vedantu Commerce. So, as you all know, we are here for a better future, and today we are going to start a very special series. As you know, we have only 1 month left with us. थोड़ा ही time बचा है. So now we will be solving sample paper. We will be solving all the questions of sample paper one by one so that सब कुछ revise भी हो जाए और sample paper भी solve हो जाए. So if you guys are new to our channel or if you have not subscribed our channel yet, then please go and hit that red icon, subscribe our channel for more such classes. Also, I hope that you all have already marked your attendance. So if you have still not marked your attendance, then go and click the thumbs up icon, go and press the thumbs up button quickly to mark your attendance. तो जल्दी से जाओ और अपनी attendance mark कर दो. और मुझे पता है कि मेरे प्यारे प्यारे बच्चों ने पहले ही कर दिए, तो थैंक यू सो मच फॉर ऑल योर लव एंड सपोर्ट. नाउ टेल मी हाउ इज द जोश टुडे. हाउ इज योर जोश? मीडियम, हाई, समवट हाई? Okay, so I hope that it is high. I can feel it. And let me tell you that this is going to be a recorded class. This is a premiered session. This is not a live session, so I can't reply to your messages. But if you have any doubts, you can write them down in the comments box. I will be answering it later on. So don't worry, अगर कोई भी doubt है तो बेफिक्र होके comments box में सारे doubt लिख दो. आपको आपका टाइम जल्दी से जल्दी मिल जाएगा. So, this is your revision time. We will be solving all the questions of sample paper so that we can revise all the topics. तो ये है हमारा revision time. So, it's time to start the question and let's see what is the format of your term 1, what is term 1 and कैसे आएगा paper. So, are you all ready for this class? First of all, yes or no? Are we ready for this session? Yes or no? So, I can feel it that you all are ready, super duper ready. Yes, ready. So, let's start it now. Now, your term 1 exam will be of 50 marks. The term 1 exam will be of 50 marks, out of which you will be having a question paper of 40 marks. Your question paper will be of 40 marks and 10 marks will be of project work. तो 50 मार्क्स का टर्म 1 है जिसमें से 40 नंबर का आपका पेपर आएगा और 10 नंबर के आपके प्रोजेक्ट वर्क के होंगे. आपको कितना टाइम दिया जाएगा इस एग्जाम के लिए? यू विल बी अलाउड 1.5 hour. 90 minutes will be given to you to attempt this question paper. Now, your marks distribution. आपका पेपर जो 40 मार्क्स का आने वाला है, the paper is divided into 3 parts. Part 1, that is partnership unit. Part 2, in part 1 we have partnership and the accounting for share company. Then part 2 is analysis of financial statement and third is computerized accounting. So part 1 is compulsory for all the candidates. Part 1 तो आपको सबने करना ही करना है. अब part 2 और part 3 में you have an option, you have a choice that whether you want to attempt the analysis of financial statement part B or you want to attempt part 3 computerized accounting. अगर आप मुझसे पूछोगे तो मुझे कंप्यूटराइज्ड अकाउंटिंग पर्सनली बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं है, तो आई विल डेफिनेटली गो फॉर पार्ट 2, बट इट्स ऑल अप टू यू दैट आपको कौन सा पार्ट अच्छे से आता है. अगर आपको कंप्यूटराइज्ड अकाउंटिंग आता है तो आप बिल्कुल कर सकते हो, कोई रोक टोक नहीं है, बट आई विल गो फॉर पार्ट 2 ऑलवेज. सो इन दिस क्लास we will do the section A of part 1 because these part 1, part 2, part 3 they are further divided into different sections. Part 1 is divided into 3 sections, part 2 is divided into 2 sections, and similarly other part. So in this class we will do the section A of part 1, which comprises of 18 questions. In section A there are 18 questions, out of which you have to attempt only 15th question. तो इस पार्ट में हमें कितने क्वेश्चंस देखने को मिलेंगे? 18 क्वेश्चन. अगर आपको लगता है कि ये तो हमसे ना हो पाएगा तो आप उसको छोड़ सकते हैं, बिकॉज यू हैव 3 चॉइसेस. जैसे जिन्न अल्लादीन को 3 विशेस देता है, ऐसे आपको भी हर सेक्शन में 3 चॉइसेस दी गई है. तो आप चाहो तो उस क्वेश्चन को करो, वरना मत करो. सिंपल. सो now let's start the sample paper without any delay. तो चलिए start करते हैं with the first question. And here we have your first question. तो पहले क्वेश्चन में क्या बोला है बेटा जी, देखते हैं. चलो, first question says gain or loss on revaluation at the time of change in profit sharing ratio of existing partner is shared by where in case of. एक मिनट. Okay. So this is a dash. This first is dash and the second is a dash. Here we have to fill up this. So gain or profit of revaluation at the time of change in profit sharing ratio is shared by dash, whereas in case of admission chapter it is shared by dash. तो जो हमारा revaluation का profit या loss होता है वो चेंज इन प्रॉफिट शेयरिंग रेशियो में किस किस को मिलता है और एडमिशन पार्टनर में किस किस को मिलता है, ये है आपका क्वेश्चन. अब आ जाते हैं हमारे सेकेंड चैप्टर पे, चेंज इन प्रॉफिट शेयरिंग रेशियो में. तो वहां पे कोई नया पार्टनर पुराना पार्टनर नहीं होता. चेंज इन रेशियो में सिर्फ रेशियो बदलती है. इन सेकेंड चैप्टर चेंज इन प्रॉफिट शेयरिंग रेशियो, ओनली द रेशियो विल चेंज, पार्टनर्स विल रिमेन सेम. So, in that chapter, the gain or loss of revaluation is distributed by all the partners. So, in the chapter, change in profit sharing ratio, the profit or loss of revaluation is distributed by, the profit or loss of revaluation is distributed by all the partner. क्योंकि इस चैप्टर में ना तो कोई नया पार्टनर है ना कोई पुराना पार्टनर है. But when we talk about the chapter admission of a partner, when we talk about the chapter admission, the profit or loss of revaluation will be distributed only and only by the old partner. क्योंकि नया पार्टनर तो भाई अभी अभी आया है ना, नया पार्टनर तो जस्ट अभी एडमिट हुआ है, उसको पिछले वाले प्रॉफिट में से कोई शेयर नहीं मिलना चाहिए, ना ही उसको लॉसेस का कोई हिस्सा देना चाहिए. So in the change in profit sharing ratio, it is distributed by all the partner. In admission, it is distributed by old partner. So your answer will be B. आपका क्या आंसर होगा? The answer will be B, all partners and old partner. So this is your first question and this is your answer. I hope that I was able to explain it. फिर भी नहीं समझ आया, so you can let me know in the comments box. चलते हैं आपके अगले क्वेश्चन पे, सेकेंड क्वेश्चन पे. So here we have your second question जो दिख रहा है शेयर कैपिटल से है, और शेयर्स के तो क्वेश्चन आने ही है क्योंकि 12 नंबर का अकेला चैप्टर है, एक लौता चैप्टर 12 नंबर का है. So second question is कैलकुलेट द अमाउंट ऑफ सेकेंड एंड फाइनल कॉल. हमें क्या कैलकुलेट करनी है? सेकेंड कॉल व्हेन अभिजीत लिमिटेड issues equity shares of 10 each at a premium of 40%. एक कंपनी है अभिजीत लिमिटेड जो 10 वाला शेयर 40% प्रीमियम पे इशू कर रही है. 3 रुपए आ रहे एप्लीकेशन पे, 5 रुपए आ रहे अलॉटमेंट पे और 2 रुपए आ रहे फर्स्ट कॉल पे. तो चलिए सॉल्व करते हैं. एक कंपनी 10 वाला शेयर कितने में इशू कर रही है? मुझे 10 वाला से वो डायलॉग याद आ गया, 10 वाले तुरत रे. So the company is issuing share of 10 rupees at 40% premium. मतलब 4 रुपए का प्रीमियम है तो कितने का शेयर किया, कितने का इशू किया है? 14 रुपीज का. एप्लीकेशन पे आ गए हैं 3 रुपए, अलॉटमेंट पे आ रहे हैं 5 रुपए. अलॉटमेंट पे आ रहे हैं 5 रुपए. अब आपने ये तो सुना ही होगा कि बाय डिफॉल्ट प्रीमियम इज रिसीव्ड ऑन अलॉटमेंट. बाय डिफॉल्ट प्रीमियम इज रिसीव्ड ऑन अलॉटमेंट. मतलब ये जो अलॉटमेंट पे 5 रुपए हमें रिसीव हो रहे हैं, इसमें से 4 रुपए तो भाई प्रीमियम ही है. तो आउट ऑफ 5, 4 is premium. It means only 1 is the face value. Then on first call you are receiving 2 rupees. So how much you will receive on the second call? कितना लोगे भाई second call पे? So out of 10 we have already received 6 rupees. 10 रुपए की फेस वैल्यू में से 6 रुपए तो हमने कॉल्ड अप कर लिए हैं. बचा हुआ जो 4 रुपया है वो कब आएगा भैया? सेकेंड कॉल पे. सो सेकेंड कॉल विल बी ऑफ 4 rupees. So again the answer is B. Second and final call will be of 4 rupees. Again I hope it is clear to everyone. नहीं है क्लियर? कमेंट्स बॉक्स में बताओ. Will be answering it. Now coming on to the third question. तो चलिए देखते हैं कि थर्ड क्वेश्चन क्या है, कौन से चैप्टर से है. अरे रे, दिस इज अगेन फ्रॉम द सेम चैप्टर, अकाउंटिंग फॉर शेयर कैपिटल. सो लेट्स सी इट. क्या बोल रहा है, क्या बोलना चाह रहा है क्वेश्चन. अनीश लिमिटेड issued a prospectus inviting application for 2000 shares. एक कंपनी है जिसने कितने शेयर्स इशू करे? 2000 शेयर्स. Applications were received for 3000 shares. Applications आई 3000, over subscription, and pro rata allotment was made to the applicant of 2300. हमने कितनों को शेयर दिए? सिर्फ 2300 वालों को. If Dhruv has been allotted 40 share, what will be the number of applied share? तो आपने शेयर्स इशू करे हैं 2000 और एप्लीकेशंस आई हैं 3000. तो ये क्या है? ओवर सब्सक्रिप्शन है. Now, to the applicants of 2300, you have allotted shares on pro rata basis. Those who applied for 2300, we have allotted 2000 shares to them. And the remaining applicants of 700 were rejected. They were allotted 0. उनको हमने दिया मुर्गी का अंडा. अब हमें क्वेश्चन में बोला है, क्वेश्चन is saying that Dhruv, who has been allotted 40 shares, how much shares he must have applied for? You have to find out that what is his applied number of share. Now the formula is, you are finding out applied. So the formula is, keep applied in numerator, the other one in denominator, and multiply with given number of shares. आप क्या ढूंढना चाह रहे हो? एप्लाइड. सो कीप एप्लाइड इन न्यूमरेटर, other one in denominator and multiply with given number of share. So applied were 2300. Applied were 2300. Allotted, we have allotted how much? 2000. So allotted is 2000 and given number of share is 40. Dhruv have been allotted 40. So multiplied by 40. By solving this, you will get your answer. 2300 divided by 2000 multiplied by 40. Your answer will be how much? 46. तो जो भी आप ढूंढ रहे हो, वट एवर यू आर फाइंडिंग, कीप दैट इन न्यूमरेटर एंड अनदर इन denominator and multiply with given number of share. That's it. You got your answer. Answer was 48. No, answer was 46. Let me cross check it. 2300. Okay. Apply 2300 divided by 2000 multiplied by 40. It will be 46. In question also it was same. Let me cross check it. So this is your question. Let me check the actual sample paper, guys. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 minute. I'm checking out the sample paper. CBSE class 12 sample paper 2022. Okay, it is accountancy. It is question number. This is another one, maybe. Okay, now. So yes, there is some error in typing. In your sample paper, here we have 2400. Here we have 2400 instead of 2300. So this is your calculation. We have those who applied for 2400. Those who applied for 2400, they have been allotted 2000 shares. That was I was saying कि क्या गलती हुई. So 2400 will be divided by 2000. Let me solve it now. $2,400 divided by 2000 multiplied by 40. Now it is absolutely correct. Now it is 48. So those who applied for 2400, we were taking it 2300. That's why हमारा answer अलग आ रहा था. So it was a typing mistake. The answer was 48. So yes, the answer is C. It is 2400, not 2300. So this was your third question maybe, and this was the concept. You have to use that formula only, and after that it will be easy. Coming on to the fourth question. चलिए चलते हैं हमारे अगले क्वेश्चन की तरफ. Again it is from shares. दोबारा से shares आ गया. तो चलिए let's see the question now. Question is, Ambarish Limited offered 2 lakh equity shares of 10 each. We issued 2 lakh shares of 10. Out of these, only 1,98,000 were subscribed. So this is under subscription. Public subscribed only for 1,98,000. The amount was payable as 3 on application, 4 on allotment, and balance on first call. So 3 rupees on application, 4 rupees on allotment, and balance 3 rupees on first call. We have issued 2 lakh shares, but the applications are received for 1,98,000. So application, allotment and first call, it will be received on 1,98,000. You will forget 2 lakh now because public subscribe for 1,98,000. So application, allotment, first call, it will be received on 1,98,000 shares. Then they are saying that if a shareholder holding 3,000 shares has defaulted the first call, if a shareholder holding 3,000 shares is not paying the first call, then what is the amount of money received on first call? How much amount you will receive on first call? So first call due is 1,98,000 multiplied by 3. 1,98,000 multiplied by 3. एक minute. It is 5,94,000. Now there are calls in arrears. On 3,000 shares, you are not receiving the first call. So you are not receiving 9,000 rupees. So your answer will be 5,85,000. 5,94,000 amount due minus calls in arrears 9,000. How much amount will be received at the time of first call? It is 5,85,000. So this is your answer, 5,85,000. सिंपल. आपको सिर्फ ये देखना है कि सब्सक्राइब शेयर्स कितने हैं, उसको मल्टीप्लाई कर दो फर्स्ट कॉल से, जो आया अमाउंट ड्यू उसमें से कॉल्स इन एरियर्स को दफा कर दो, माइनस कर दो, एंड यू विल गेट योर आंसर. कमिंग ऑन टू द फिफ्थ क्वेश्चन. ये भी शेयर्स का हो सकता है. तो चलिए देखते हैं अगला क्वेश्चन. अगेन इट इज फ्रॉम द चैप्टर शेयर्स. तो अब आपको समझ आ चुका होगा कि शेयर्स कितना इंपॉर्टेंट चैप्टर है. So if you are still weak in shares chapter, then you can see our recorded classes. Don't worry, we have completed the entire chapter briefly, each and every topic briefly on our channel. So you can see the recorded classes. So go and check out the playlist of shares chapter on our channel. Now, the question is, what will be the correct sequence of event? आपको इन event को arrange करना है. You have to arrange the इवेंट इन दी करेक्ट सीक्वेंस. तो पहले क्या होता है? पहले आपको पैसे नहीं मिलते, तो पहले होती है डिफॉल्ट ऑन कॉल्स. पहले आपको शेयर होल्डर पैसे नहीं देगा. उसके बाद आप क्या कहोगे? चल तेरे को पैसे नहीं दे रहे, मैं तेरे शेयर छीन लेता हूं. आप उसके शेयर्स छीन लोगे और आप क्या कर दोगे? फॉरफीचर. अब यू विल नॉट कीप दो शेयर्स विद योरसेल्फ. आप क्या करोगे? उनको दोबारा से पब्लिक को दे दोगे. यू विल री इशू दी शेयर्स. सो द नेक्स्ट स्टेप इज यू विल री इशू. ओके, सेकेंड के बाद फर्स्ट था हमारा फॉरफीचर. सो फर्स्ट देयर इज अ डिफॉल्ट इन कॉल्स, देन यू फॉरफीचर, you cancel the shares, then we reissue the forfeited shares, and then the balance of share forfeiture is transferred to capital reserve. So this is the correct sequence. Second, first, third, fourth. C is your correct answer. तो ये है आपका करेक्ट आंसर, आंसर इज सी। तो ये था आपका फिफ्थ क्वेश्चन एंड इट वाज वेरी इजी क्वेश्चन। इसमें कोई कैलकुलेशन नहीं थी, सिर्फ आपको चैप्टर का कॉन्सेप्ट पता होना चाहिए एंड यू विल बी एबल टू सॉल्व इट लाइक दिस। सो आई होप कि आपको सब कुछ समझ आ रहा है। अगर नहीं समझ आ रहा तो बच्चा आप अपने सारे डाउट्स पूछ सकते हो मुझसे। सो फील फ्री टू आस्क ऑल योर डाउट्स इन द कमेंट्स बॉक्स। नाउ कमिंग ऑन टू द सिक्स्थ क्वेश्चन। तो चलिए देखते हैं अगला क्वेश्चन क्या है। Here we have your next question. So, ये क्वेश्चन काफी अच्छा क्वेश्चन है। चलिए इसको भी देख लेते हैं क्या बोला है क्वेश्चन नंबर 6 में। Arun and Vijay are partners in a firm sharing profits and losses in the ratio 5:1। दो पार्टनर्स हैं भाई जिनकी रेशो है 5:1। उनकी बैलेंस शीट, छोटी सी बैलेंस शीट आपको गिवन है जिसमें हमें सिर्फ एक ही चीज दिख रही है, मशीनरी 40,000। इन बैलेंस शीट वी कैन ओनली सी मशीनरी 40,000। देन आपको बोला है, जो मेन लाइन है यहां से शुरू होती है, इफ द वैल्यू ऑफ मशीनरी रिफ्लेक्टेड इन द बैलेंस शीट। जो आपको बैलेंस शीट में वैल्यू दिखाई गई है, इफ इट इज ओवर वैल्यूड, हो गया ना काम, ओवर वैल्यूड बाय 33.33 by 1/3%, find out the value of machinery to be shown in the new balance sheet। तो बताओ नई बैलेंस शीट में मशीनरी किस वैल्यू पे आएगी। अब मेरे बात को ध्यान से समझना है सबने। आपकी जो बुक वैल्यू है मशीनरी की वो है फिलहाल 40,000। क्वेश्चन में बोला है व्हाट इफ द मशीनरी इज ओवर वैल्यूड बाय 33.1/3%। सो इट इज 33.33%। अब इट इज ओवर वैल्यूड मतलब आपने उसको ज्यादा रिकॉर्ड कर रखा है। मतलब the item is of 100 rupees, you have overvalued it by 33.33%. So you have recorded it at 133.33%। आपने अभी जो मशीनरी को रिकॉर्ड कर रखा है वो इस परसेंटेज पे रिकॉर्ड कर रखा है। इट इज नॉट एट इट्स नॉर्मल प्राइस, it is overvalued by 33.33%. So it is being recorded at 133.33%. Now the book value is 40,000, which is representing 133.33%. This is the book value 40,000, which is representing 133.33%. So 40,000 will be divided by 133.33% and you will multiply it with 100. We will multiply it with 100 to find out the original value. तो इसको बस 100 से मल्टीप्लाई कर देना और आपका जो आंसर आएगा वो आएगा 30,000। So this is the actual price। आपकी जो मशीनरी थी वो ओवर वैल्यूड थी, तो आपने उसको डिवाइड किया 133.33% से, जितने पे आपने उसको रिकॉर्ड कर रखा था। और हमें क्या चाहिए, 100% चाहिए, ओरिजिनल वैल्यू चाहिए। सो दिस इज योर आंसर। योर आंसर इज डी, 30,000। अब ये क्वेश्चन ऐसा है कि अगर आप सिर्फ एक बार देखोगे तो ये आपके दिमाग से गायब हो जाएगा। सो यू हैव टू प्रैक्टिस इट एटलीस्ट 2-3 टाइम्स। आपको इसको खुद से करना पड़ेगा तभी होगा। आज करके भूल जाओगे तो सच्ची में ही भूल जाओगे, दोबारा पेपर में नहीं होगा। सो दिस इज द क्वेश्चन। नाउ कमिंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। अब चलते हैं हमारे 7th क्वेश्चन पे। So here we have your 7th question. क्या है क्वेश्चन, चलिए देखते हैं। The question is, which of the following is true regarding salary to a partner when the firm maintains fluctuating capital account. Which of the following is true regarding salary to partner when the firm is maintaining fluctuating capital account? Now, जब आपकी कैपिटल्स फ्लक्चुएटिंग होती है, when the capitals are fluctuating, we only prepare one account, तब सिर्फ एक अकाउंट बनता है जिसका नाम होता है कैपिटल अकाउंट. जब कैपिटल फ्लक्चुएटिंग होती है तब सिर्फ एक अकाउंट बनता है, कैपिटल अकाउंट. नाउ द सैलरी ऑफ पार्टनर इज एन एप्रोप्रिएशन. इट विल बी रिकॉर्डेड इन P&L एप्रोप्रिएशन अकाउंट. सैलरी जो है एप्रोप्रिएशन है, कहाँ रिकॉर्ड होगी? P&L एप्रोप्रिएशन अकाउंट में. सैलरी इज एक्सपेंस फॉर दी फर्म. फर्म को सैलरी पे करनी है, फर्म के लिए तो वो खर्चा है. And all the expenses and losses are debited in P&L appropriation account. So P&L appropriation account will be debited. P&L appropriation debit हो जाएगा क्योंकि जो सैलरी है वो फर्म के लिए, बिजनेस के लिए खर्चा है. और आपका जो पार्टनर कैपिटल अकाउंट है वो क्या हो जाएगा? क्रेडिट हो जाएगा. क्योंकि जैसे ही आप सैलरी पार्टनर को दोगे उसकी कैपिटल फट से इंक्रीज हो जाएगी. द कैपिटल विल इंक्रीज एंड इंक्रीज इन कैपिटल इज क्रेडिटेड. सो द आंसर विल बी P&L appropriation debit to partner capital account. We will debit P&L appropriation and we will credit partner capital account. So this was your 6th question maybe. So this is your answer. मैं भूल गई कौन सा क्वेश्चन था. Let me check it. 7th question. Okay. So now tell me, how's the जोश after this question? इस क्वेश्चन के बाद जोश कैसा है? How's your feeling, guys? Okay, I hope that you all are having high josh. I can see it, but I can feel it. Now, let's come to the 8th question. Coming on to the agla question. I'm sorry. So, the question is, at the time of reconstitution of a partnership firm, जब फर्म reconstitute होती है, admission, retirement, change in profit sharing ratio, when the firm is reconstituted, recording of an unrecorded liability will lead to, when you will record the unrecorded liability, it will lead to what? Gain to existing partner, loss to existing partner, neither gain or loss, none of the above. तो आप एक नई लाइबिलिटी रिकॉर्ड कर रहे हो. यू आर रिकॉर्डिंग अ न्यू लाइबिलिटी, एडिशनल लाइबिलिटी. जैसे ही आप एक नई लाइबिलिटी रिकॉर्ड करोगे आपके सर का बोझ बढ़ जाएगा, और बोझ बढ़ेगा तो इट्स अ लॉस. So you are recording an additional liability, an unrecorded liability, and that will lead to loss to the existing business. उससे business का नुकसान ही होगा. So answer is B, loss to the existing business. चलते हैं आपके अगले क्वेश्चन पे. Coming to the next question. Here we have your next question, which one is a good question. तो चलिए let's see what is the question. Question is EFG, IJKL, MNOP. So they are 3 partners sharing profits in the ratio of 3:3:2. ये जो है 3 partners हैं जिनकी रेशियो है 3:3:2. According to the partnership agreement, G is guaranteed a minimum amount of 80,000. जी को हमने गारंटी दिया कि भाई तू हमारा भरोसा कर, तेरे को 80,000 देंगे ही देंगे, बिल्कुल टेंशन मत ले, 80,000 मिलेगा ही मिलेगा तेरे को, आंख बंद करके भरोसा कर ले. So he will get a minimum amount of 80,000 as a share of profits every year. And any deficiency on his account is to be personally borne by E. अगर कोई भी कमी आएगी तो भाई कौन उसकी भरपाई करेगा? E will personally bear it. Now, the net profit for the year amounted to 3,12,000. The net profit is 3,12,000. Calculate the amount of deficiency to be borne by E. चलिए इसका आंसर भी देख लेते हैं. आपका जो प्रॉफिट है दैट इज 3,12,000. वी हैव गिवन गारंटी टू. हमने किसको गारंटी दी है? जी को गारंटी दी है. एंड हिज शेयर इज 2/8. His share is 2/8. So he will get 2/8. उसको क्या मिलेगा? 2/8 of 3/3,12,000. He will get 2/8 of 3,12,000. So right now he is getting, उसको कितना मिल रहा है? 78,000. He is getting 78,000. लेकिन हमने कितने की गारंटी दी थी उसको? कितने का प्रॉमिस किया था? 80,000 का. We have given a promise of 80,000. So how much is the difference? The difference is 2,000. The difference is 2,000 and this is the deficiency which will be borne by E. कितने की कमी पड़ी? 80,000 और 78 में 2,000 की, और यही अमाउंट है जो E को पे करनी पड़ेगी. So answer is D. E will pay 2,000 to G. So this was a question from your first chapter, Fundamentals of Partnership, from the chapter Guarantee. I hope it is clear to everyone. Now coming on to the next question. चलते हैं अगले क्वेश्चन पे. अगला क्वेश्चन है, एट द टाइम ऑफ एडमिशन ऑफ अ पार्टनर, जब एक नया पार्टनर बिजनेस में आता है, एडमिट होता है, व्हाट विल बी द अफेक्ट ऑफ फॉलोइंग इंफॉर्मेशन? इस इंफॉर्मेशन का क्या फर्क पड़ेगा? बैलेंस इन वर्कमैन कॉम्पनसेशन रिजर्व इज 40,000 एंड क्लेम इज 45,000. तो भैया आपका जो बैलेंस है in WCR it is 40,000 and workman compensation claim is 45,000. So your claim is more than the reserve. So we will pass two entries. The first one will be workman compensation reserve account debit 40,000. Claim, we have to provide claim, workman compensation claim, how much? 45,000. Now the claim is more than the reserve. So the excess amount 5,000, it is a loss and it will be debited to revaluation. जो 5,000 excess amount है, that is a loss for the firm and it will be debited to revaluation. And later on, this revaluation loss will be distributed among old partner. So old partner capital debit to revaluation, the loss will be debited, will be divided between old partners in old ratio. So what is the treatment of this information? How you are recording it? You are debiting 5,000. 5,000 is debited to revaluation account. 5,000 is debited to revaluation account. Answer was C. This is your answer. 5,000 is debited to revaluation. So I hope it is clear to everyone. Now coming on to the next question. So here we have the next question. And this is from first chapter again. What will happen in the absence of partnership deed? Rules applicable in the absence of partnership deed. So question में बोला है, in the absence of partnership deed, a partner is entitled to interest on amount of additional capital. In the absence of partnership deed, how much interest on capital will be provided? पार्टनरशिप डीड नहीं है, एग्रीमेंट नहीं है, कितना इंटरेस्ट ऑन कैपिटल दोगे? सो द आंसर इज इन द एब्सेंस ऑफ पार्टनरशिप डीड, नो इंटरेस्ट ऑन कैपिटल इज टू बी अलाउड, नॉट एंटाइटल्ड फॉर एनी इंटरेस्ट. जब एग्रीमेंट नहीं होता तो हम कोई इंटरेस्ट ऑन कैपिटल नहीं देते और पार्टनर्स को भगा देते हैं. सो आंसर इज दे आर नॉट एंटाइटल्ड फॉर एनी इंटरेस्ट, कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं मिलेगा. सो दिस वॉज अ वेरी सिंपल क्वेश्चन. ऐसे क्वेश्चन आ जाए पेपर में तो बोलो मजा ही आ जाएगा मैम. मतलब जन्नत में पहुंच जाएंगे हम क्वेश्चन पेपर देखने के बाद. पेपर बाद में करेंगे, पहले खुश होकर डांस करेंगे, वाह क्या पेपर आया है. तो चलिए चलते हैं अगले क्वेश्चन पे. क्या वो भी इतना इजी है? तो देखते हैं, आइए. द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज revaluation of assets at the time of reconstitution is necessary. एडमिशन रिकॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के टाइम पे, एडमिशन, रिटायरमेंट और चेंज इन प्रॉफिट शेयरिंग रेशियो के टाइम पे रीवैल्यूएशन जरूरी इसलिए है क्योंकि बिकॉज देयर प्रेजेंट वैल्यू मे बी डिफरेंट फ्रॉम. So revaluation is compulsory at the time of reconstitution because the present value may be different from the market value. हो सकता है मार्केट वैल्यू कुछ हो और प्रेजेंट वैल्यू कुछ हो, तो हमें मार्केट वैल्यू पे रिकॉर्ड करने के लिए टू ब्रिंग देम अप टू मार्केट वैल्यू वी आर डूइंग दिस रीवैल्यूएशन. So because the market value may differ from present value, this is your right answer. The answer was A, market value. So this was again a very easy question. सिर्फ कॉन्सेप्ट क्लैरिटी चाहिए बच्चों. अगर आपके कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर है तो आराम से यू कैन स्कोर गुड मार्क्स. लेकिन जहां कॉन्सेप्ट ढीला हुआ वहां पेपर गया समझो. So work on your concept. You still have enough time to work on it. ठीक है? तो let's come to the next question. Here we have the next question. Question says if the average capital employed is 8 lakh, capital employed is given 8 lakh. Average of actual profit, average profits are given 1,80,000. Normal rate of return is given 10%. Then you have to calculate value of goodwill as per capitalization of average profit method. So by the following information, you have to calculate goodwill as per capitalization of average profit method. So let's solve it now. चलिए solve करते हैं. हमें क्या क्या given है? Average capital employed is given. Capital employed is 8 lakh. Then average profits are given. Average profits are 1,80,000. Then normal rate of return is given 10%. अब सबसे पहले आप क्या करोगे? First of all, you will calculate the capitalized value of average profit. You will calculate the capitalized value of average profit. अब इसको कैसे calculate करते हैं मैम? How you will calculate it? So average profits will be multiplied with 100. Average profits will be multiplied with 100 and divided by rate of return. So 1,80,000 multiplied by 100 divided by 10, it will be 18 lakh. This is your capitalized value of average profit. And then it's very simple to calculate goodwill. Goodwill will be equal to capitalized value of average profits minus capital employed, minus capital employed. So capitalized value we have calculated 18 lakh. Capital employed तो already given है 8 lakh. So 18 lakh minus 8 lakh. Your goodwill will be how much? 10 lakh. So this is your answer. Goodwill will be 10 lakh rupees. हमने क्या कैलकुलेट किया? कैपिटलाइज्ड वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करी. देन फ्रॉम कैपिटलाइज्ड वैल्यू वी हैव सब्ट्रैक्टेड कैपिटल एम्प्लॉयड. 18 lakh minus 8 lakh. Your answer is A, 10 lakh rupees. So this is your answer. Simple. Is it clear guys? समझ आ रहा है? सर के ऊपर से तो नहीं जा रहा ना सब कुछ. Tell me, is it clear? Yes or no? Okay, so I hope it is clear to everyone. Okay, if you have any doubts, please feel free to ask your all doubts in the comments box. Now coming on to the next question. The next question is, अगला question है, in which of the following situation Companies Act 2013 allows for issue of shares at discount? इन वाले कौन से केसेस में आप शेयर्स डिस्काउंट पे इशू कर सकते हो? सो वी कैन नॉट इशू शेयर्स टू वेंडर एट डिस्काउंट. वी कैन नॉट इशू शेयर्स टू पब्लिक एट डिस्काउंट, बट sweat equity shares, they can be issued at discount. So Companies Act 2013, it allows issue of sweat equity shares at discount. The answer was C. Sweat equity shares, it can be issued at discount. So answer is C. Coming to the next question. This is your question number 14th maybe. So here we have your question, again a theoretical question, not a practical one, again from the chapter shares. So the question is, as per section 52 of the Companies Act 2013, securities premium reserve cannot be utilized for. We cannot utilize securities premium for. So as per section 52, securities premium reserve, it can be used for issue of fully paid up bonus share. It can be used for writing off discount on issue of securities. Also, it can be used for writing off preliminary expenses. So SPR, security premium reserve, it can be used for issue of fully paid up bonus shares, for writing off the discount on issue of securities, and for writing off preliminary expenses. But it cannot be utilized for writing off capital losses. It cannot be utilized for writing off capital losses. So answer was A. Securities premium reserve, it cannot be used for writing off capital losses. This is your correct answer. So again, this was a theoretical question. Coming to the next question. अगले क्वेश्चन में बोला है, net assets minus capital reserve is. Net asset minus capital reserve is. तो आपको वो वाली journal entry याद है? When the shares are issued for purchase consideration other than cash. We have done this in shares chapter. When we purchase the entire business and in return we issue shares. तो क्या journal entry होती है? आइए, let's see. So you are purchasing a business. You will debit all the assets. You will credit all the liabilities. Then you will credit the vendor को जो पैसा देना है for purchase consideration you will credit your vendor. And the balancing figure will be either goodwill, या तो आपकी balancing figure goodwill आएगी और it will be capital reserve. अब क्वेश्चन में बोला है नेट एसेट्स माइनस कैपिटल रिजर्व, इट मींस दे आर टॉकिंग अबाउट कैपिटल रिजर्व, सो बैलेंसिंग फिगर इज कैपिटल रिजर्व नॉट गुडविल. तो बैलेंसिंग फिगर क्या है? कैपिटल रिजर्व है. नाउ नेट एसेट मींस एसेट माइनस लाइबिलिटी. नेट एसेट मींस एसेट माइनस लाइबिलिटी. सो आप एसेट और लाइबिलिटी को अलग अलग लिखने की जगह इंस्टेड ऑफ राइटिंग देम सेपरेटली यू कैन राइट इट नेट एसेट. सो नेट एसेट्स माइनस कैपिटल रिजर्व. Net assets minus capital reserve, what will be the answer? The answer will be purchase consideration. अगर आप net assets को हटा दो और capital reserve को हटा दो तो क्या बचेगा? What will be left? Purchase consideration will be left. So net assets minus capital reserve, the answer is purchase consideration. जर्नल एंट्री में से हमने net assets हटा दिए, हमने कैपिटल रिजर्व हटा दिया, तो आंसर क्या बचा? परचेज कंसिडरेशन. द आंसर इज ए. नाउ कमिंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. सो हियर वी हैव योर नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. ये है आपका अगला क्वेश्चन. क्वेश्चन में बोला है कि कल्कि एंड कुमुद वर पार्टनर. दो पार्टनर्स हैं कल्कि एंड कुमुद जिनकी रेशो है 5:3. ऑन 1st April they admitted Kaustubh as a new partner for and the ratio was decided. The new ratio is 3:2:1. So the old ratio is 3:2 and the new ratio is the old ratio is 5:3. The old ratio is 5:3 and the new ratio is 3:2:1. सही लिखिए है ना? ओके ठीक. 3:2:1. This is your new ratio. Now goodwill of the firm was valued at 3,60,000. Goodwill of the firm is 3,60,000. Kaustubh couldn't bring any amount for goodwill. The new partner is not able to bring the goodwill in cash. Then amount of goodwill share to be credited to Kalki and Kumud. How much goodwill will be received by Kalki and Kumud? You have to find out their share in the goodwill. So first we will find out the share of the new partner in the goodwill. First, you will find out the share of Kaustubh, and then that share will be divided among the sacrificing partner in sacrificing ratio. So first of all, we will find out the share of new partner in the goodwill. So goodwill is 3,60,000. Goodwill is 3,60,000. In 3,60,000, in 3,60,000 you will calculate the share of new partner 1/6. So it will be how much? 60,000. This is the share of goodwill of new partner. Now this 60,000 will be distributed by old partners Kaushal and Kalki in the sacrificing ratio. So we will calculate the sacrificing ratio. We will calculate the sacrificing ratio and the formula is old ratio minus new ratio, old ratio minus new ratio. So the old ratio of Kalki is 5/8 and the new ratio is 3/6. So 5/8 minus 3/6, the LCM is 24. So 8 threes are 24, 5 threes are 15, 6 fours are 24, 3 fours are 12. 15 minus 12, it is 3/24. Kalki is sacrificing 3/24. Then coming on to Kumud. The old share of Kumud is 3/8 and the new share is 2/6. So 3/8 minus 2/6, the LCM is 24. 8 multiplied by 3, 3 multiplied by 9, 6 multiplied by 4, 2 multiplied by 4. 9 minus 8, it is 1/24. Kumud is sacrificing 1/24. So the sacrificing ratio will be 3:1 and goodwill will be distributed in 3:1. So 60,000 multiplied by 3/4, 60,000 multiplied by 1/4. It will be 15, it will be 45,000 and 15,000. The answer is D. 45,000 and 15,000. So first we have calculated the share of new partner in the goodwill. So 3,60,000 minus multiplied by 1/6, his share is 60,000. Now his share of goodwill will be distributed by sacrificing partner in sacrificing ratio. So 3,60,000 in sacrificing ratio 3:1, it will be 45,000 and 15,000. Now coming on to the last question. This was your 17th question. Now coming on to your last question, question number 18. So the question is, Sarvesh, Sriniketan and Srinivas, they are partners in the ratio of 5:3:2. The तीन partner है जिनकी ratio है 5:3:2. If Sriniketan share of profit at the end of year is 1,50,000, then what will be Sarvesh share of profit? So Sarvesh, Sriniketan and Srinivas, they are partners in the ratio of 5:3:2. If the share of Sriniketan, if the share of Sriniketan is 1,50,000, what will be Sarvesh share of profit? Okay, sorry. So his share of profit is 1,50,000 and his share is 3/10. So suppose the total profits are X. The total profits are X and in total profit he is getting 3/10 share. So then he is getting 1,50,000. Now from here we can calculate X. We can calculate the value of X. 1,50,000 multiplied by 10 divided by 3. 1,50,000 multiplied by 10 divided by 3, it will be 5 lakh. So this is the value of X. These are the total profits. So in total profits in X, he was getting a share 3/10. That is 1,50,000. So from this equation, we have calculated total profit, that is 5 lakh. Now in 5 lakh, you can easily calculate Sarvesh share. So 5 lakh multiplied by 5/10. 5 lakh multiplied by 5/10, it will be 2,50,000. So this is the share of Sarvesh. The answer is 2,50,000. So first we have to calculate the total profit. So let total profits be X and calculate the total profit. And then you can easily calculate share of any partner, be it be Sarvesh or Srinivas. So total profit will be multiplied by 5 by 10 and you will get the profit 2,50,000. So this was your section A of part 1 and we have completed it. So if you guys have any doubts in the entire session in the section A, then please feel free to ask all your doubts in the comments box. I will be answering it later on after this class. So I hope it is clear to everyone. And now with this, the class is over. So if you guys want to attend more such classes with me, if you want to attend more such practical questions with me, then you can join my live and interactive classes. You can join our crash courses in which we are providing you all these amazing benefits. So if you take our live and interactive courses, then we will provide you unlimited live classes. You will get unlimited live classes of all these subjects, whether it's accounts, economics, business studies, or mathematics. All these subjects will be covered in detail with tests and assignments. Then we will be providing you the best teachers of India with more than 5 years of experience. So we promise you that you will be getting best teachers of India from all over India. Then as you can ask all your doubts on YouTube, similarly you can ask your doubts in the live classes also at Vedantu. You can ask all your doubts. And last but not the least, you can learn from your home, from any device. You can take our classes from mobile phone, from laptop, from computer with your mobile network only. So you can attend all our classes from your home, from mobile. Now go and find out the link in the description box. All the links are provided in the description box. So go and check it out now for crash courses. And if you guys are new to our channel or if you're watching this phase for the first time, then please take a moment to hit that red icon to subscribe our channel for more such classes. And yes, if you have not liked the video, then go and press the bell icon, not bell icon, go and press the thumbs up icon and like the video and do share it. So like, share and subscribe our channel. And with this, I will see you all in the next class. So in next class, we will be doing the section B of part 1. So stay tuned for the next class. And till then, stay home, stay safe and stay healthy, guys. So thank you everyone. Thank you so much for joining this session. If you really enjoy this class, then please do like it and do share it with your friends. Now we'll see you all in the next class. Till then, bye-bye. Good night. Have sweet dreams and take care.